Hi, I'm Jessica Cameron, and you're watching Tony of the Dead. Stay bloody and alive.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. This one's on a movie called Field Freak. This is from Tomcat Films, and it's written and directed by Stephen Folker. And in this movie we have Dave Jering, Trina Penson, Glenn Harston, Tristan Coppola, and Thomas Eli Sage. And what this movie is about, it's about this guy named Charles. He's a former bestseller selling writer, and he just needs a place to go to get away from everything and to write his next book. So he gets this cabin like somewhere, or it's not a cabin, it's a house like in the woods, kind of like secluded. There's like a small town you have to drive a little bit to get to, but it's kind of a nice place. It has like a lot of woods around and everything. So he goes up there with his wife and his son, and eventually they start seeing things, like not seeing things, but I should say seeing something, and outside their window. Mostly the wife sees it at first, and the husband is kind of like, I guess he's just too nice for his own good. He's very naive, and I don't know. He's not a very likable character. You kind of feel bad for him, but yet at the same time you don't. So they hire this pest control guy because they think that it might be some kind of an animal outside or whatever. And the guy's like that they get is kind of like psychotic in a way. He's not really psychotic, but he's really very strange, and he just blames everything on beavers basically. And he's kind of like a funny character, but he puts out some traps and everything, hoping that'll set it up. But on their way home the one time, they stopped at this guy's house because it said free root beer, or not free root beer, but it said root beer, quarter mile down the road. So they go, and here it was apparently this guy is like the town crazy, telling them how up by their house is the Field Freak, and you got to get out of there and all that kind of stuff. Basically, you guys are doomed, kind of like you're all gonna die, kind of a person trying to scare them. So they don't pay any mind to this, and then eventually things start to happen, and well, that's where the story goes. Honestly, right up front, I thought maybe this would be interesting. The trailer, it looked cheesy. I knew I was going into this, it was going to be cheesy, but this was like not very good. I didn't care for it, to be honest. I didn't really care for the main character, the father. He does things that like I just don't get why he did it. Like, for instance, his son said he found a bear cave, and instead of like reacting like, well, you found a bear cave, well, what are you doing? He's like, well, let's go see it. And then he gets to the bear cave, and he's like, well, now when he's like, well, maybe there's bears in there. And he's like, well, there's only one way to find out. So they're going to go in this cave where there's possible bears. Like, who does that, especially with your kid? I just didn't understand that. Like, he really infuriated me. And his wife, she wasn't too bad. At first I didn't really care for her, but then I could see why she could be frustrated being married to this person, and then having to deal with the pest control guy coming out there, and then her husband making friends with that root beer guy. That's kind of weird, and like he never runs anything by her to first. It's just like at first I went not liking her, and then I really kind of felt bad for her character. And the kid, the son, he's a kid. Nothing major, that you could say about him. He's a young actor, whatever. But the actual Field Freak was very, very bad looking. It was obviously a suit. It looked like a toy at first when he goes past the window. It looked like they put a toy up and they just went across the window. It just looked really bad. It reminds me of a movie that should be on like the Sci-Fi Channel. And I never say this, but I know that it was a practical effect because it was a suit. But I would have rathered a CGI'd monster. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because I hate CGI'd. If it's done right, I don't mind it. But in this case, a CGI'd monster would have been way, way better. But, this movie was definitely not for me. I did not care for it. But I'm sure somebody out there would like this. It's very cheesy, very, I kind of think of this as a movie where if you were drunk, maybe, you would like just enjoy it more, or maybe I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to put something on real quick, put this on. It was only an hour and a half long, but to be honest, it felt like forever, and I don't know, I guess just me not liking it, you know, what's going on in the movie, it just seemed like even longer for me. But yeah, I don't like it. I don't recommend it. But if you're still interested, I'm going to put the trailer for this movie below, and also the link to where you can get this. I believe it doesn't come out till March, so you'll have to wait. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Horror Amino. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.